Alright guys, I'm Mark, this is the Football Files. Thanks for all the fans that are following our page at the moment. Really appreciate you doing so. We hope to keep the football content coming thick and fast throughout the course of the season. Just wanted to express my thoughts with regards to Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez has joined Man United today. I'm afraid to say to all you Gooners, in a swap deal for Henrik Mkhitaryan. The reason why I thought I'd express my thoughts is that I've been reading a lot of comments on social media, a lot of fans slating Alexis Sanchez, saying that he's a mercenary, Judas, money grabber. I think a lot of fans are saying that he's purely going because he's greedy, he wants more money. Sorry guys, but Arsenal are offering him a contract, nearly £300,000 a week. He refused that contract. They kept coming with the money. He kept refusing it. Yes, he's gone to Man United. Inevitably, has been offered more money because there's no transfer fee involved. But I think we have to take a long, hard look at ourselves. I'm an Arsenal fan as well. Alexis Sanchez categorically is not going because he wants more money. Let's just end that right there. Alexis Sanchez is leaving Arsenal Football Club for several reasons. Reason number one, broken promises. Now, he signed for Arsenal in 2014, the year after Mesut Ozil signed for Arsenal. And when he signed for Arsenal, he was promised change. The World Cup was on in Brazil. Arsene Wenger was over in Brazil with the French television doing commentary. And we heard, I think the news was broken by several media outlets, that Alexis Sanchez had a meeting with Wenger. And as Arsenal fans, that was exciting to hear. You don't really believe it because you think, well, it's the same old, media stories. Nothing's ever going to happen. And then we saw a photograph of him pictured with Alexis Sanchez, and we thought, is this actually for the first time Arsenal changing, putting their money where their mouth is? And lo and behold, we signed Alexis Sanchez in the summer of 2014, and I, for one, was one of the most exciting people on the planet when it comes to Arsenal Football Club, because I knew what he could do. We saw him in the World Cup. We saw him in World Cup 2010, 4 years before, for Chile, with his bright yellow boots on. He tore up the tournament. So we all knew he was an exciting player, and we're all looking forward to him playing for our football club. The issue, Alexis Sanchez that summer, meeting Arsene Wenger, was promised big name signings. He was promised trophies. Yes, Arsenal have won a few FA Cups. They've won 3 in the last 4 years. That's brilliant. Who have Arsenal signed along the way to make Arsenal the next level, to take Arsenal from FA Cup competitors, 4th place finishers, to Champions League contenders, maybe even Champions League winners, and to league title contenders, to league title winners? The answer to that question, I'm afraid, guys, outside anybody. We signed Peter Cech the summer after we won the FA Cup. This is a summer where the fans were frustrated. They won the FA Cup for the second time. That summer, Arsenal fans and the club set up was to go for the league. Okay, Arsenal were nowhere near the league title that season. They won the FA Cup. About the only thing that kept the fans on side with Arsene Wenger that year was the fact we won the FA Cup. That summer, who did we sign? Peter Cech. Peter Cech for 10 million. Who else did we sign? The answer to that is we signed nobody. Nobody. So we were miles off the league that year. We won the FA Cup. We beat Villa in the final. Villa was so poor. It's unbelievable. Alexis Sanchez single-handedly won that final for us. He was brilliant. And yet, Arsenal signed a player for 10 million that summer when we're supposed to be challenging for the league and challenging for the Champions League as well. It just didn't make any sense. The following year, again, we were pretty terrible. We did better in the league. We finished second. But for a long period of time, we were 4th, we were 5th, we played catch-up, we had a last little flurry. Spurs gifted us 2nd place on the last day of the season for us to jump across. But the league title winners, Chelsea at the time, were head and shoulders above us in terms of quality that year. And Man United won the FA Cup. We finished the season without a trophy, with the exception of the Community Shield earlier in the season. But let's face it, does it really count? Probably not. That summer, Arsenal make a bit of a change. They sign Mustafi. They signed Granit Xhaka. Not big name players. Mustafi really struggled under Gary Neville. Xhaka had quite a good season in the Bundesliga, but not to the same level and again, both struggled really to settle in. Mustafi settled in quickly, but I remember seeing him against Bournemouth when we drew 3-3. Very, very vulnerable at the back, 3-0 down at half time. It took, you know, an heroic performance from Alexis Sanchez to get us back in the game. I remember Giroud's celebration, scorpion kick, and Alexis Sanchez had a little bit of a strop because he knew at that point we'd blown the league title again for the 3rd year running. And I think that was the, you know, killer for Alexis Sanchez. And then, of course, in February we played Bayern, lose 10-2 on aggregate. A player of Alexis Sanchez's calibre is not going to accept losing 10-2 on aggregate to any team, let alone, you know, I mean, Bayern Munich obviously a brilliant team, but not a fierce rival like Bayern. Come on, he should be playing at the level Bayern are playing at. To lose 10-2 on aggregate, got embarrassed away in particular, got beaten badly at home. Sorry guys, can you blame them for leaving? You don't see Man United getting beat that bad. I know Man United haven't necessarily had the most successful years over the last 5 years, but they've won a few trophies. They've won the Europa League. You know, they're chucking money at the team. They're signing players like Pogba. They spent 80 million on someone like Lukaku. Lukaku, is he even that good? Probably not. But they're spending money and the intent's there. They've got a manager who's not afraid to get the checkbook out. Honestly, pains me to say it, as an Arsenal fan, who's got the best chance of winning the Champions League in the next 3 years? Man United? Are Arsenal even going to be in the Champions League in the next 3 years? Who knows? Who's got the best chance of winning the league out of Arsenal and Man United in the next year? Or the next 3 years? Man United, based on how much they spend, based on who they sign, based on their tactics, based on who the manager is. There's lots of things that make Man United an interesting proposition to Alexis Sanchez. And I think also in the back of his mind, he wants to be known as a player that goes to a team and wins them league titles, and goes to the team and competes for the Champions League trophy, as opposed to somebody that's going to go to maybe Manchester City and just be given the title on a silver platter. You know, he wouldn't necessarily be the star man in City. He will be at Man United with the exception of Pogba. So there's a lot of reasons, but can you understand now why he's left? False promises, us failing to sign players when promised to do so. You know, and it's only now when we're linked with players like Aubameyang, you know, it's taken Alexis Sanchez to leave before we've even been linked with names like that, or even attempted to sign players of that calibre. And I'm sorry, Arsenal, but it's too little too late. So, can you blame them, guys? No. Are Arsenal in trouble? Probably. They've signed Mkhitaryan, which is a good start. You know, hopefully we sign Aubameyang, and then Arsenal can push forward. But realistically, guys, the future, if Arsenal continue this way, it looks pretty bleak. They need to start spending some money before they can start attracting the best players of the world. Anyway, let us know what you think. Was Alexis Sanchez right to leave to leave Arsenal? Can Arsenal do anything to improve over the next few years? Leave a message in the comments below, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.